2024, and I want you guys to hold me accountable. I want you guys to be witness for this. 2024, I'm going to develop a damn video game.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game!
Hello everyone and welcome to, well, the final episode of the whole game development journey. Now, to give you an idea of the timestamp, I started this game development more or less, I think in, I'm gonna have to check that, I think February. And today is 29 May 2024, the election day of South Africa, a pretty significant day to change our country's future. But even more important, today is the day I finished my game development. And yes, this was the most ambitious one yet of the lots of episodes that I've done and like the phases of work that I've done on it. A lot of stuff got added and we have a lot of stuff to go through. So let's go through it right away. I'm going to right here and right now, and you're going to see quite a few stuff. Like, I've done endings for the game. There is now a way to end the game and everything, and there's obviously the new buildings and a bunch of new features and stuff, so it's all gone and done. As you can see already, some of our new features are flying by right there. Now, as you can see, you can go into the bank right now. This is the bank. As I said, not much interaction in the bank, which is explained here by the thing. I thought I could use the bank, just for, well, it's a town in the Wild West. They always have a bank to rob or whatever, so over there. But you can talk to her. Obviously, this one is the one that's also in the saloon stuff. I did mention in the previous episode I'm gonna put her in the bank, and she says you're gonna be at the saloon tonight because she's referring to you gonna pitch up there and stuff like that. There is also the idea of a vault, but again, the vault would obviously be off limits to a client or just a non-staff member. So yeah, go around there. Now, say you do want to end up robbing the bank, you can. You can end the game pretty much right away, and there's quite a few ways to end the game. So she says I have no cash, don't shoot, and if I wait here a little bit too long, you'll notice the sheriff comes out, and if I wait a little bit longer, I'm going to end up in jail because he has arrested me. And obviously the jail you have seen in previous episodes and so on, but now this is another way to get into the jail. So that's the one way. I'm going to get the gun again, do for the whole thing, right? And you have no cash, don't shoot. Now let's just pretend we are born ready. Instinct of a... Whoops. That might be a little bit of a mistake. Right, after a very quick correction where the gun in the cowboy's hand was too close to him, so he ended up shooting himself in the hand and dying spontaneously. We did fix that. I don't know how when on earth I did not pick that up. But anyway, town. Same thing, as I've said. We're gonna do this. Pretend we're clairvoyant. Face the sheriff. Sheriff's gonna come out now. You shoot him. You can go in, you monster, right? You go pick up your money bags. You're in the vault now, so I mean, woohoo! Got money and stuff and everything, right? We get to pick up your money, and yeah, we're just gonna take all this and then go out of the vault and be on our merry way. But oh no! Suddenly, the storekeeper, or not the storekeeper, the bank clerk, comes out with a gun pointing, and she gives you an ultimatum. She says, here's the deal, give me half the ice and we both leave town. Surely, it's not gonna matter that I shoot her, right? She seemed very scared anyway and all the stuff. But again, she was probably just faking it. Right, so you've reached, well, one part of the ending is dying, obviously, as you can tell. So we go again, and we're gonna see now, right? We're gonna go in, same thing, gonna point the gun here, wait for the sheriff, right? And I can go and just go, pop, and she's gone. Nothing to be worried about. Now I can collect my money in peace. Nothing's gonna bother me now. Both threats are long gone, and I've got my money, and just be on me merry way. And you'll get the message of the one ending. You've done the hard way, but you've earned your cash. You will leave a town a rich man. And you go to the ending screen. The end. Riding your horse off right into the sunset. Isn't that lovely? Right, more endings to look at. There's one more ending I want to show you, which is, well, there's a few more endings and a few more ways to reach endings, but I'm just going to show you this last one so you can get the more basic premise of to see there are multiple ways of ending the game. So once again, I'm going to take out the thing, go into monster, so we're going to leave her, right, she's going to give you the ultimatum again once we come back out of the vault. So, yes, we're going to do this, and obviously she did give you the ultimatum. Now, if you press M here, notice I have a money back handy, and she did give us an ultimatum, give you half of the heist, and then we both return no question else. So you're gonna get it. Click on her with the money bag equipped, and she'll see wise move. Now get out of here, handsome. And once you notice, you're gonna have the same ending screen, but now obviously with half your heist around. So that is the ways to end the game. There's a different way to reach the ending with the. Actually, let me show you that one. That one I can show you. It's just going to require a little bit of work, so we're going to speed up this part of the video. And we've reached the point of where she's basically, you've given her enough beer and stuff in one night, she's not feeding herself, and she asks you to hold on to a vault key for her. Vault key, you wonder, what could that possibly be? Now, if your curiosity does get the better of you, or you just think, well, right, this is an opportunity, should not get let us go to waste, you can go into the bank at night, which you couldn't do by yourself if you didn't have the key. There's not a soul inside, and you can go have a spree. And now, obviously, no one's here to catch you on your spree. I mean, the sheriff is probably sleeping, in his part of the town, and obviously she's not feeding herself. So I mean, we got away with it. We can leave, and okay, fair enough. It's probably best to head home with all this money before someone gets suspicious. You can't really go in the barn anyway because there's nothing to do there. The store. You could go in the store, but there's nothing really to do. And the saloon, people would get immediately suspicious because she's also there and everyone. So it's best to head home, right? But she's caught on to your antics, and she says, it was you, and over half of your lives, and leave town, no questions asked. Now, it's exactly the same endings. You're presented with exactly the same ultimatum, and it's just a different way of how it. Oh dear, I've made the cowboy disappear. Time to fix it again. Right, amazing. A super quick debug session, and now the cowboy can freely take out his money. Basically what was happening was, if he didn't, I didn't go and get a gun for myself before doing this, because you didn't need a gun for this wave of it going through. And basically what happened was, when I press M, it's supposed to destroy what the cowboy's holding, but if he didn't have a gun or a beer, which means I have a placeholder where he's holding himself. So basically what happens is he was just destroying himself. The ultimate sacrifice. So, I fixed that now. As you can see, I can move free of the money bag like that, and nothing will happen. I don't have a gun or a beer. But again, we go into the house, same thing will happen now. We're going to go in, and again, the ultimatum. Obviously, you attempt to shoot it, the same thing is going to happen. And if you do give it the money, exactly the same thing is going to happen. It just basically allows a different way of things playing out in the end. So, yeah. Oh, she's here also, by the way. She's not really supposed to be here, but we can keep her in. Why not? I do know why that's happening, though. It's fine. And outside of all that, there's another secret ending where actually you do get her in the ending with you because you both cooperate to do the heist in a way. I'm not going to tell you how, but I'll leave that up to you should you play the game in the end or whatever. So those are the big ones. The big ones, the ending, the building, and everything around that and everything to go along with that. There are a lot of other features, obviously. I did fixed up a few things in the barn which was not working correctly. I added the birds. The general store is more or less the same. We didn't really have too much. The saloon's more or less also the same. Outside of some touch-ups with the beer and everything, and just a lot of UI stuff. The other thing I did was think about was, well, the second thing obviously to consider was what if, again, like, you are able now to shoot people. Actually, I didn't even show that. You're able now to shoot people because, I mean, you did be able to buy ammo. So there goes, pew, 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 pew. And notice I'm out of ammo right now. I can't shoot anything anymore. I don't have enough money to go buy more, unfortunately, but that was just a way to show you that I have now been able to implement shooting in the game. I'm just going to reboot it. So now we go in here, and if we just want to shoot the barn end, we can shoot the barn end, and nothing will happen. And now we have free reign to take whatever horse we want, and there will be no more interruptions from Mr. Barn End over here. In the daytime or in the nighttime. You can come in here, you can take all the horses you want, And no one really cares about this guy, so no one's going to really come and check up on you, and there's going to not really be any consequences. Because that's society. That's society. So that's one of the other major changes. You can now go murder people since you can shoot stuff and all that. And if you're curious about your inventory, which in this case is just really your money, you can hold in. Ooh, I don't know if it works outside. So yes, it only works in buildings really, which only matters. But you can hold in and it'll give you a gauge of your money. Now obviously, I did kill the barn and unfortunately so I can't earn money. For example, I think it will show you. It will say something, hang on. I did implement something interesting I wanted to show you. If I go in here, the barn is empty and quiet at night, and the barn hand died under mysterious circumstances. So there's no way of earning money in the barn anymore. So your way of earning money, you've kind of went and screwed over there. Which, well, that's what murder should be doing. But yeah, I guess so. But I can show you, if you do recall. Oh dear. One more last thing to fix. Amazing. Right, we're back. Final fix of the day. Fix this time was basically I killed the barn hand, and the barn hand is supposed to despawn, which it correctly does when I have shot him. So it doesn't just randomly appear in other buildings. I had to do that with the woman, the bank clerk as well. So she doesn't reappear in the bank once you exit the vault, and the same goes for the sheriff, that he doesn't just reappear after a timer expires, because there's a timer on when you do the robbery and stuff like that. But if you shot him, he shouldn't reappear. Same thing with the barn hand. I just forgot when he has some dialogue options and all that stuff in the saloon, but again, yeah, we just made a little check there. But the last thing I wanted to show, basically, you can see I have $20, and once I purchase the beer, which is $3, and notice that has now gone down. So those are the changes of the whole game, and it's finished. I mean, it's a finished product now. You can play around with it, you can earn money, you can spend money, you can have a bunch of interactions, and a bunch of branching interactions and stuff like that, which what's really fun. It is messy code. I'm not going to go through all the code as in depth as I used to, but I'm just going to give it to you at a glance because it could have really been done better. I've got a lot of these, if. A lot of these conditions turn out to be massive if statements that come to mind. Sorry, not the desk. The desk luckily has no interactions whatsoever. But once you come down to it, there's a lot of ones with a lot of interactions. You can see, look at the massive size. This is just to get the horse's coordinates up to scale files. Look at how long those are. There are better ways of doing it. I've mentioned this in every single video, but I do want to hammer it down for anyone who aspires to do this. Please do it better than I have done this. This is a very, very Undertale way of doing it, where people will just brute it. Basically, it's not very efficient. It does work, I'll give it that, but there's much better ways to do it. And in the end, I think if I approached it properly in the beginning, like I said, the global situation in the end did get quite large again. It would have been larger had I not cleaned it up a little bit, but as I said, if in the long run, maybe I just earlier decided I could make the objects permanent in a way so they could store more stuff. It does make it a little bit more challenging because some objects I don't want to keep permanent, like for example, if you shot people, and if you if stuff despawns, you used it like ammo or beer or whatever. So the global situation was why that worked so well. But it's my first attempt, and I think it went quite well. It's a fully functioning game. Just had 3 bugs to fix quickly while I was making this video, so props to that. But yeah, now the other thing. Obviously, I did say I wanted to put this game up very, very keenly when I was finished making everything and stuff. But I should have known something like this would have happened. I am on the free license of GameMaker. I didn't pay for any of the service and stuff, which it's still fantastic. I mean, they get to use all the service and stuff. The only problem comes when I want to export something. I really don't have a lot of formats to export it into. In fact, I only have one format to export it into, and that is the YYZ file format. Now, if you're not familiar with that, it's not supposed to be a familiar one. It's called the Yo-Yo Games zip format or whatever. And basically, as it implies, you can only play it through the Yo-Yo Game software. So, I can put this YYZ file up. I can share it with anyone if you'd like. And the YYZ file will contain everything. It will contain my code. You can watch it. It's open source. You can modify it. You can play around with the sprites and everything I made, the objects. And you can literally change the game to your whim if you understand GameMaker. The only thing you're going to need is GameMaker. You're going to have to download the program, unfortunately, to play this, because that's the only application that this will run through. But if there is someone who's keen on playing this, I am way more than willing to share it. You can have all the code to your whim. You can use all the code to your whim. And you can even message me on like the comments or whatever. If you are uncertain about stuff, you want to ask about stuff, feel free to. This was a great experience and I loved sharing it with you. And I thank really all of you who joined me for this journey. I'm so happy to actually have finally done it. I finally made a video game, people. You don't understand how long I've been saying, oh, I'm going to make video games, I'm going to make video games. And now I've actually knuckled down. I've done it. It feels fantastic. I am going to take a little bit of a rest after this because it was quite a bit of work, but I didn't say it was not going to be a lot of work. So I knew about this. I am going to take a little bit of a rest now. I do want to move on to other projects, but I'll probably get back into one very soon. Maybe with a paid license so I can make more stuff with it. Maybe with a different engine if we want to have a go at that. We'll see down the line. But again, thank you all of you who made this journey possible. Thank you all of you who have showed your support, your suggestions, your everything. You are still more than welcome to give more suggestions and nice to have and everything. Maybe I do end up adding it to the game one day. Maybe I can make another video where I add some of your suggestions into it. That would be a cool video as well. So yeah, but until that time comes, thank you all again. I hope you all have your own lovely time deving or just enjoying the continental stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one. We'll chat soon.